In this world, incredible things can happen. A man can rise faster than anyone expects. He can have money, fame, admiration, and success, and still lose everything. This is the story of a man who once had it all, lost it because of his own mistakes, was forgotten by the world, and then returned stronger than ever. This is not just a story about fame. It is a story about addiction, reputation, failure, and the courage to rebuild a broken life. This is the life story of Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. was born in 1965 into a wealthy and well-known family. His father was a respected filmmaker. His mother was an actress. From the moment he was born, Hollywood was already part of his world. At just 5 years old, Robert appeared in films and entered the entertainment industry. From the outside, his life looked perfect. Talent, opportunity, and fame surrounded him. But behind this early success, there was a darkness no one wanted to talk about. Childhood influence. Robert's father struggled with drug addiction. And as we all know, children don't learn by listening, they learn by watching. At only 8 years old, Robert was exposed to drugs for the first time. This moment quietly planted a seed that would later grow into a serious problem. Reflection. If we want our children to live better lives, we must first live better lives ourselves. Our actions shape their future. Hollywood's golden boy. As Robert grew older, his talent became undeniable. In Hollywood, he was seen as a rare talent, someone with charm, intelligence, and creativity. Many believed he had an unstoppable future. By the age of 20, he reached the peak of early success. He had fame, money, respect, recognition, everything most people spend a lifetime chasing. But success came too fast, and when life gives you everything too quickly, it doesn't teach you how to protect it. When life gives you everything too fast, learn how to hold it. Before wanting success, ask yourself, am I ready to keep it? Many lottery winners become rich overnight, but within 3 to 5 years, most of them lose everything. Why? Because success is not about money alone. It's about discipline, knowledge, and experience. People who build success slowly can lose everything and still rebuild again. Addiction never asks if you are ready. It doesn't warn you, it doesn't wait. One day you think you are in control. The next day, you realize you were already trapped. Addiction doesn't only destroy habits, it destroys dreams, relationships, reputation, and even self-worth. Losing everything. Between 1996 and 2001, Robert Downey Jr. was arrested multiple times for drug-related offenses. Hollywood slowly turned its back on him. Producers stopped calling, studios stopped trusting him. In an industry built on reputation, his name became a risk. No one wanted to hire someone they couldn't rely on. The lowest point. Robert didn't want to fail. He didn't want to be addicted. But addiction is not something you can quit with willpower alone. He tried to change. He failed. He tried again. He failed again. At his lowest point, he once said, "It felt like I had a gun in my mouth, and I liked the taste of the metal." This is what hopelessness feels like. When the world gives up on you, the most dangerous moment is when you start giving up on yourself. Everything depends on your reputation. Guard it with your life. Reputation is fragile. Once it's destroyed, trust disappears. Opportunities disappear. People disappear. That's why reputation must be protected long before it's damaged. Hitting rock bottom is painful, but rock bottom has one hidden value. It shows you who truly cares about you. At his lowest point, Robert met a woman named Susan Levin. Unlike others who walked away, she didn't see him as a failure. She saw a man with potential who needed discipline and support. She told him one simple truth. If you want to be with me, you have to be clean. No excuses, no shortcuts. Rebuilding from zero. This was the moment Robert stopped running. He didn't try to regain fame overnight. He didn't chase Hollywood. Instead, he focused on basic life discipline. He started with small steps: meditation, emotional control, reading, cooking, living quietly. No parties, no chaos, just rebuilding one day at a time. True change doesn't begin loudly, it begins in silence. Sometimes a small decision can change your entire life. Transformation doesn't require miracles, it requires consistency. A single moment of clarity can become the starting point of a new life. Never underestimate small changes. After rebuilding his life, Robert prepared himself for opportunity. And one day, opportunity arrived. Director Jon Favreau wanted him to play the role of Tony Stark in Iron Man. Almost everyone disagreed. Studios warned him. Robert Downey Jr. was too risky. But the director said something powerful. The best person to play a man rebuilding his life is someone who has already done it. Becoming Iron Man. Robert knew this was a rare opportunity. He worked harder than ever before. When Iron Man was released, it wasn't just a movie, it was a rebirth. The world saw Iron Man for the first time, but inside the suit was a man who had fallen, learned from his mistakes, and stood up again. From being unwanted in Hollywood, he became one of the highest-paid actors in the world. Luck is when opportunity meets preparation. Opportunities don't wait forever. If you are not prepared, you will miss them. That's why preparation is the true source of luck. Everyone makes mistakes. You may have failed. You may have lost people's trust. You may feel ashamed of your past. But your past is not a life sentence. It is a lesson. Robert Downey Jr. did not run from his mistakes. He learned to live with them courageously. That is why people admire him. Not because he was perfect, but because he stood up again. If you can forgive yourself, commit to change, and prepare for opportunity, your story can change too. Thank you for watching. If this story inspired you, remember this: you don't need a perfect past. You need a brave next step. See you in the next video.